Hi members, Miss Heidi here and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a recipe for what I like to call Wookie cookies. So these cookies are inspired by Chewbacca from Star Wars. And to make these cookies you will need 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, 1 cup of sugar, 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2.5 cups of flour, half a cup of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. You'll also need some decorating items like chocolate frosting and sprinkles. And you'll also need a gingerbread man cookie cutter. So let's get started. So our cookie is going to be a chocolate cookie that we're going to make into a shape inspired by Chewbacca. So first we're going to start with our butter. So we need 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. Okay. And add this to your large bowl. And we're going to add in our sugar. So 1 cup of sugar. One cup of sugar, and mix that together. And once it's all mixed together, we're going to add in our egg. One egg. And mix that in. And 1 tablespoon of vanilla. One tablespoon of vanilla. And mix it up. And we're going to set this aside and use another bowl. And in this bowl, we're going to start by adding our flour. And we need 2.5 cups of flour. 1, 2, and a half. And next we're going to add our cocoa powder. So half a cup of cocoa powder. Half a cup of cocoa powder. And our baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. One and 2. And half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And mix this together. And we're going to take our mixture from earlier, which had our butter in it, and we're going to add our dry ingredients here with our cocoa powder into our mixture with our butter. So add a little bit at a time and mix it together. And keep adding until it's all combined. Once your dough is all combined, we're going to start to roll it out and create our shapes. So you're going to take a clean surface. I have this cutting board and add some flour to help prevent sticking. And take some of your dough and we're going to use a rolling pin that is lightly dusted with flour and roll out our dough. If it starts to stick a little bit, just add a little bit more flour. And you want your dough to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. That looks pretty good. Once you have your dough rolled out, you're going to take your gingerbread cookie cutter and cut a shape and lift it out like this. And you're going to place each cookie on a baking tray with parchment paper. I'm going to move this aside to show you the next step. So here we have our little cookie shape. So to make the Chewbacca inspired shape, I like to just give it a little pull to stretch it out and make it nice and tall. Be careful not to rip the cookie. There we go, a little bit taller. And then you can use a fork or a butter knife with your parents' permission and supervision. And you're going to make little fur marks. So I like to just press down with my fork a little. And it looks like Chewbacca's fur. And you can get creative with the placement. And you can even add a little face if you want. Little eyes. And a mouth. There we go. And go ahead and make some more. Once you have all of your shapes, we're going to bake these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 7 to 10 minutes. After taking my cookies out of the oven, I just let them sit for 10 minutes so that they hardened, like this. And now you can start decorating. So to decorate, I like to use chocolate frosting and sprinkles, and I use a little piping tip in a Ziploc baggie, but you can also just use a spoon. And I like to make a little bag where I just go across from the bottom all the way to the top. Like this, to make the strap up the bag. And then I like to add some sprinkles. Just drop those in there. There we go. And you can get creative with how you decorate yours. Here are all of my decorated cookies, and now you can enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye!